Due to the nature of this program, listener aggression is advised.
Hey, I'm Carla. I'm Heidi. And we're the Butcher Babies.
This is Charlie Scene.
Yo, what's up? This is AJ from Fire from the Gods. This is Rich Ward, the Duke of Metal from Fozzy.
Saddam Leader from In Search of Sun.
This is Beefcake the Mighty from Guam.
And Postulus Maximus.
Ahoy, this is Chris from Maelstrom.
Yo, what's up? This is J-Dog from Hollywood Undead.
Hi, this is Ash Costello from New Year's Day.
This is Tommy Vex from the Bad Wolves.
This is Joe from Dead.
And I'll tell you now to stay fucking metal, yeah!
Aftershock Festival. It is time.
Wake up! Wake up! Everybody's going to the party, have a real good time.
Monster Energy's Aftershock. October 13th and 14th at Sacramento's Discovery Park.
Never ever gonna make the same mistakes again.
Hey, this is Mike from Red Sun Rising, and you're listening to Honest Brutality.
Make me feel this good, but I'm alright. I swear that I'm alright again.
Hey everybody, Big Sloppy with Mike from Red Sun Rising here at the Aftershock Festival on Rock Rage Radio. How we doing, Mike?
I'm good, man. I'm real good.
You guys have been out touring your asses off this year, and you're not even close to done, are you?
No. So this has been nice because we've had a few weeks off, and we just flew out for this. So it's kind of been nice to be home, and I know that I'm going to sleep in my own bed and the next day.
Right.
So it's like really nice.
People don't realize that when you're on the road.
Yeah.
Even if it's the nicest damn bus in the world, it's not your bed.
It's not your bed, man.
And you're out. I don't know about you guys. We get on the road. You guys eat a lot of fast food and shit.
As of late, we've tried not to, and we were just on the Godsmack Shinedown tour.
Yeah.
And those guys have catering every night. Like you get spoiled on that. You got fucking like filet mignon every night and.
Right.
So you get spoiled on that for sure.
It's funny you say that, and those struggling bands are out there like, you motherfucker. Yeah, or you're bitching about filet mignon?
But hey, that's a rare occasion that we get a tour like that. So.
Right. Now, in all fairness, you guys worked your way up to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and we're doing a headline tour in November, and we're going to be grinding out again. So it's like probably fast food again.
You guys got a lot going on. You've been touring the new album, Thread.
Yes.
And by the way, Thread totally different than Polyester Zeal.
Yeah.
I mean, not even close.
Yeah, and we've felt that a little bit with how different it was. I think we kind of moved laterally in a way because I think we lost some fans because they didn't know how to take it, but we also gained some new fans in a different area that we've never touched before. So it's kind of interesting how it's being perceived, but this record we just really wanted to be true to ourselves, and it's very live. It's a very live record. There's not a lot of production on it.
Right.
It's the band playing, and as opposed to Polyester Zeal, which had a little more studio influence on it, but we're proud of it.
Well, you guys did some things. Just my observation in listening to the album, you built songs, and when I say that, the songs start somewhere and they build to somewhere else by the end.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and there's a few songs on there that really stand out to me, and one I really want to talk to you about. You guys just released "Stealing Life," as a video, okay, and that's a heavy fucking topic.
Totally.
All right, you're talking about suicide, and then in the video, you have people that have been affected by that.
Yeah,
and with various quotes, I guess, that they've given you to include in that. And that's personal, and it's heavy.
Yeah.
And we can speak to that ourselves. Rock Rage Radio and Honest Brutality are very involved. We do a festival in Missouri called Bands Against Bullying that we sponsor. And we bring several bands out to raise awareness of bullying and suicide prevention.
It's great.
And when I saw that you guys laid this out, that hit me right between the eyes. That's something we're really passionate about on the show. We goof off a lot on our show. If you ever get a chance to listen to it, we're assholes. I swear to God.
You guys have been around for a while. Right?
Yeah, we don't fuck around, man.
We know what you're about.
We're goddamn professionals, motherfucker. Yeah. Anyway, that's the one thing we do take serious is the bullying. It's something we're trying to expand. And to see guys like you guys taking that to heart and really getting after it. Was there one circumstance that led you guys to write that song?
It's funny because like my every band I'll kind of start from the beginning. Like when I was in a high school band, there's always that one other guy when you start a band. There's like that you're number two,
right?
And this guy was like my best friend. Like we wrote music, we learned how to write music, we learned how to gig together, we learned how to play guitar together, and he took his own life, and that just stuck with me. And the one thing I took away from that was, like, even though he physically did it to himself, I knew, like, in my heart that it wasn't his fault. And that's when I really acknowledged the fact that it's bigger than the physical act. It's more, it's something that he didn't have control of.
Right.
And then, one of my biggest influences and heroes, if you will, took his own life, which is Chris Cornell.
Right. Oh yeah.
And I wrote the Stealing Life melody and guitar part the next day after Chris Cornell, and it was just like I was playing this guitar part and I had this melody idea, and I remember we just started, like, I showed it to the band, everyone loved it, and we started working on it from them. So it's not about Chris, but that I started to, like, rethink about, my buddy from high school, Dan, and how that made me feel, and how like a hero, someone I looked up to, how that made me feel. And that's where Stealing Life was kind of born. And it was hard to think about those feelings again, but it's a real thing. It's like, but that's what I mean. What stuck with me is that I know it's not their fault. It's something bigger than that. And that's why mental health is such a baffling issue, because no one can really understand what is happening.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, we deal with it. You guys have dealt with it, and we appreciate you guys doing that. It's always something. We do these interviews all the time, and most of the time, 99.9% of the time, we're calling each other assholes and making fun of each other. And with the bands too, I call bands pussies all the time. That's what we do. We have fun. But occasionally, something comes across like that, and I do appreciate it. I just wanted to acknowledge that.
Oh, thank you.
We admire guys that are willing, because quite honestly, as a band, in the rock, stream, to put something like that out, it's kind of a gamble sometimes, because you don't know how that's going to, what the response is going to be to that.
Right.
And did you guys think about that at all when you put it together?
When Ryan and I started the band, one of the rules that we made was to be true to ourselves no matter what. And that was one thing we definitely talked about even more with Thread. It's like, we're going to say what we want to say, something we really believe in. Like, we have never put lyrics into a song that were just words.
Right.
We've always sat down and talked about it. And every single lyric that you hear from us means something. And if you're true to yourself and you're putting out what you really believe in, you can never fail.
Right.
You can never fail. And so that's how we, it's that personal. Everything we do is that personal.
Well, it makes a lot of sense, man. And listening to your song, you remind me of as songwriter. I'm not going to try to blow you up here.
No.
A lot, kind of like the Beatles to some extent. Does that make sense?
Well, that's funny you say. That's like one of our favorite bands ever.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I know. You don't know how many times we say, "What would the Beatles do?" Like, we say that all the time.
Yeah.
And if you really listen to our music and you break it down, there's a lot of layers and a lot of texture in our music. And we're not classically trained or anything, but we very carefully look at the musical landscape of the song. And, if you really break down our songs, it's a lot of complexity, even if it sounds simple.
Well, that's a great way to put it, because I think you nailed it in that description. I got nothing to add. So you guys have been playing, you guys played your asses off all summer, and you got the tour, where are you guys going to be? You're headlining the tour coming up. Whereabouts you guys headed?
It's mostly East Coast.
Hey, fuck you, man.
Yeah, I know. But the good thing about that is that means we need to add a West Coast. So,
there you go. Now we're talking.
But yeah, this, speaking of the topic, the proceeds of the tour ticket sales go to Music Cares, which helps with drug addiction and mental health awareness and suicide prevention. So, if you just go to our website, redsunrisingmusic.com, you can see our full schedule and tickets, and it's for a good cause, and we're just really happy to plant our flag somewhere and help support.
Well, that's awesome, man. You don't see that enough, I think. When you can help, you help out.
Absolutely.
That's freaking awesome. So you guys are headlining. Who are you dragging with you?
We got Spirit Animal.
Okay.
Which is really cool band.
They're interesting.
Yeah, and a band called Dubé, which is from Canada.
From where?
Canada.
Oh, okay.
So we're excited to have both bands out, and this is the first time that this band's actually been able to like take out bands, and they're very on board with the cause, and it's just going to be a fun tour, and we're just doing the Godsmack Shinedown tour with these huge crowds.
Right.
We're excited to be back in clubs with our fans again,
right,
and seeing those faces, and so we're stoked about it.
Okay, now you got to be honest here, because you guys have been playing festivals all year, and there's a rush about getting on a stage when you got thousands and thousands of people out there, right? Yeah. And they're all cheering and they're singing and they're doing their thing, and then you go to a club. Now clubs are intimate, I get that.
Totally.
Now I want some fucking honesty here.
Yeah.
All right. Which do you really prefer?
I think it's.
Don't fucking lie to me, man.
I honestly think it's grass is always greener.
Okay.
Because like when we were on that Godsmack tour, it was like festival size crowds every night.
Yeah.
And we're like, man, it would be nice to be like, because you're the barricade at a festival or at a show like that.
Yeah.
You're so far away from the crowd.
Right.
But when you're in a club, they're literally, you can see the people's expressions.
Yeah.
But then when you're doing a club tour, you're like, I just want to be on a big ass stage and fucking just throw my arms up and everybody cheers.
You're right.
So grass is greener, man. Always. You need one to appreciate the other.
Thank you for honesty.
Yeah.
Because I know, just looking at, because your goal as a band, bands always say, "Oh, we're just playing for ourselves."
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you are.
Yeah.
But to say that you don't want to be on a giant fucking stage is bullshit. That's the prize, right?
Totally.
Yeah. So. Okay, so at least you're honest. I'll give you that. I don't get enough fucking honesty. We have a show called Honest Brutality for a reason. We're brutally fucking honest.
You gotta be.
I'll tell you the truth,
You gotta be
man.
honest.
Anyway, I want to thank for coming out today.
Thank you.
The new album Thread, really fucking good. It's different than Polyester Zeal altogether.
Yes, it is.
It's got a different flow, but it's really intricate. That makes sense?
Thank you.
Yeah. It's got a great feel to it. Stealing Life is fantastic. Go check out the video if you haven't done so already. Give them a like. Follow these guys. They're good dudes. Well, I'll say he's a good dude. I haven't met the other guys. Fuck those guys. They didn't show up.
Assholes, man.
Bunch of
They're
assholes.
probably drinking beer somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, I want to say thanks for bringing me a beer when you showed up today.
Well, we're almost done.
No, I get it. I see how it is. Anyway, thanks a lot, Mike, for coming out. Appreciate it, brother.